I was going to get into this thing. The whole way this whole podcast, you being on the podcast, came about wasn't just that we, were working together. Was that we both have dogs,
right?
And I started talking about, the big thing is curb your dog. If you have a dog, like in New York City, I think that they were the first ones, came up with the
Pooper
Scooper or Poopa Scooper, where I was from. And, that basically to get the dog shit off.
Right.
And then that became a thing. Because when I was a kid, if your dog took a shit, it just took a shit.
Right.
It was just outside. It barely had to have a license. So now you're supposed to pick up after it. So I never owned a dog in New York, but I own one out here, and I always pick up after her. And you had this interesting duality as far as when and where you pick up after your dog.
Yes. Well, here's the deal, okay? I grew up, I never had dogs. So when I actually got my first dog, I lived in Los Angeles. And, of course, you want to follow. You got the dog a license and, pick up after the dog. And I was good. And I would carry the shit bags and I would pick up the shit. And then I had two dogs. So it would be, you'd have to bring like 3 or 4 shit bags per trip. Because each dog, who knows what's going to happen. But the thing is, then I moved to Los Angeles. Then I moved back to New York with my 2 dogs. And in New York, this is where
what kind of dogs?
Mutts, 2 mutts.
2 mutts. Okay.
2 mutts. But this is where the conversation between me and Bill about dog shit and shit bags got interesting. Because I said I don't use shit bags anymore. Now I'm back living in Los Angeles, and Bill. There was just a sense of judgment on you don't use shit bags.
Yeah, in L.A.
In L.A. I don't use shit bags. And the reason why, here's the deal. In New York, I use shit bags. I clean up all the dog.
Why in New York? Because you like East Coast better than West Coast?
No. That's not why.
No prejudice there.
No. I would pick up the shit and then be able to walk to the corner and drop the shit bag in the garbage pail. Okay? In Los Angeles, there's not, and so in New York, there's garbage cans on every corner.
There is. Yes, there is.
Even caddy corner, there's garbage cans. Sometimes they're filled all the way to the top and the garbage is spilling out, but at least it's the place to get rid of the shit bag full of shit. In Los Angeles, for those who are not familiar with Los Angeles, there are not garbage cans on every corner. So, therefore, when you are walking your dog, and 2 dogs, when I made up my own rule about this, you pick up the dog crap. I don't want to keep saying shit. You pick up the dog crap in the shit bag, and then you carry it. And you could be walking 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks with it. Now I have 2 dogs on a leash, medium-sized dogs, 50, 60-pound dogs, with 2 shit bags.
Right.
By my side. It's not like you could take the shit bag and put it in your pocket and then dump it out like it's like a candy wrapper.
Right.
That's not cool to have to walk around with 2 shit bags.
It's not the picking up, it's the carrying of the shit.
It's the carrying of it. Now, I could change my rule and pick up the shit, put it in the shit bags, and then throw that right on the side of the street. And then someone else has to deal with it. But a person...
But just to play devil's advocate...
Play it.
You got the 2 fucking dogs, all right? You live in a nice, upstanding neighborhood. You're considered a good citizen of this city.
Not by anyone who knows me.
All right,
I appreciate that, Bill.
Do your neighbors see your dogs take shits and you just walk away? Let me ask you this.
Yes.
So when you're in L.A., if your dog's taking a shit, do you at least put your head on a swivel and be like, "Oh, there's a basket over there. I will pick this lump of shit up"?
No, I do not buy shit bags anymore.
You have zero tolerance.
I don't fuck with shit bags anymore. And the reason why I don't fuck with shit bags anymore is because I'm not walking around with bags of shit for block and block and block and block. It's just not cool. It's not. It's degrading. and here's
how is it degrading
to walk with a steaming hot bag of shit for like
you don't hold it from underneath.
No, but it's hanging. But I got 2 dogs. Well, I have 1 dog. Stanley died. R.I.P. Stanley.
Sorry to hear that.
Okay, she was old, but even now I have a big dog. Dog takes big shits,
right.
And in the bag, and then I can't walk. Text, because you got to text when you're walking your dog. That's when you get good text. Yeah, that's good text time when you're walking your dog. I can't walk the dog, who I sometimes take off the leash. She's trained, and then carry a shit bag. I'm just not doing it. And I'll tell you something. So right. You say upstanding citizen, and I'm like this. The game, I'll refer to it as the game, the shit game. Listen, if a dog shits on my yard, it's part of the game.
Oh, you don't get mad if so.
Nope. You shit on my yard, it is what it is. My dog shits in your yard, it is what it is. Now, sometimes there is a tinge of guilt if I know that it's because I know some of my neighbors, so I'll be like, oh shit, like there's a 6-year-old there. He's probably going to wind up playing football, stepping in it, running in it. Oh, and there's a 6-year-old girl there.
Do you at least, like, when your dog takes a shit, do you stand there defiantly like, I know my dog's taking a shit, I'm not picking up? Or do you pretend to be talking on the phone and not notice it? Are you a worm about it? Or are you...
I'm a worm about it. I'm not going to front. Listen, there's sometimes I'll feign like I'm bending over and I'm doing something to pick it up. Or if somebody goes, hey, your dog just went to the... Oh, he's sick. I ran out of shit bags. Like he's...
You lie.
I'm not going to, because I've had confrontations. One dude.
Do people literally say, hey, Micheal Rapaport?
That happened once.
Your dog took a shit?
One.
Because now that you have, you've had fame for a while, but you're not some random, you can't believe what this fucking asshole did. You can't believe what
I
Micheal
will
Rapaport
accept
did.
that. I will not argue that. It's part of the shit game. So
I got to turn this down, man, because we're fucking getting into this. I think I got the levels too high here.
If you want to insult me, criticize me, judge me on my policies with shitbags, fine. It's not a Los Angeles thing. I love Los Angeles. I'm from New York. It's just you put a garbage can on every corner, this will go out the door. You got a problem with me? Put it on our
So you have demands.
Listen, I'm not walking more than a half a block with a shit bag in my hand.
Who's the most famous person you've seen walking with a shit bag for a good 6 blocks? You ever just been driving around and you'd be like, oh, there's Mary Tyler Moore
with
carrying his shit bag.
I've never seen it. Have you ever seen somebody with a shit bag in Los Angeles?
One? Yeah, somebody famous? No. But I think that they have like their assistant walks their dog. Maybe that's what your problem is, dude. Once you get famous, dude, you need like an assistant.
I need to walk the dog. I need that text time. I need to clear my head. I got 2 kids. Get out of the house for a few minutes, and I do my thing. But I will tell you one time.
Do your kids know that you don't pick up your shit?
Unfortunately, yes. And I say, don't.
So this is a 3-pronged problem. Because it's your 2 kids,
and then it's creating other little kids. But I explain to them the reason why. Because if you, in Los Angeles, if you carry that shit bag, you either have to make it back to your house. Say you're 10 blocks away from your house.
Dude, I live it every morning.
You walk with a shit bag 8, 9, 10 blocks?
It's almost, remember that Tom Hanks movie where he was like talking to the soccer ball?
Yeah.
Like literally, like it's to that point.
And doesn't it disrupt, once you pick up the shit and you have the shit bag, that's the only thing you're thinking about. And then sometimes you get so relaxed that it's just like you forget that it's even in your hand and it's like just dangling. It's just not cool, man.
It gets to the point. No, you know what it is? When she takes a fucking horrific shit. This is going to be the shit podcast here, by the way. When she takes one of those horrific shits.
Steamer.
That you can literally see through the bag. And then you're walking with it. And then some hot chick comes jogging by. You just feel like an asshole.
It's degrading, man. It's degrading. And that's my thing.
I love degrading.
It is. I've had people say, pick your shit up. I had one guy, my dog, and I told this guy, I shook his hand afterwards. My dog shat his yard. I kept walking. I told him, man, the dog is sick. This guy's a prick anyway. This when he first moved in the neighborhood, and I didn't know he was much of a prick.
Why is he a prick? Because he called you out or because he's...
No, I respected that. We got into some other thing later. He cursed out my kid and some other kids, called them really bad names, and... It was bad. And
was it because they weren't picking up after the
dog?
No,
it wasn't even that. He was just one of those guys, like it was whatever. But my dog shat in his yard. He somehow had a weird accent too. And then he said something. I said, the dog is sick or whatever. One of my 2 or 3 excuses I had. I kept going. This fucking guy, I was walking 3, 4 blocks away, picked up the shit in a shit bag, drove up to me. So he picked up the shit in a shit bag and brought the shit bag in his car.
This guy.
I respected it. And he came up to me and your dog shit and he handed me the shit bag. And I said, you know what? I respect that. I took the shit. I said, shake. He didn't want to shake my hand. I said, please, please. I shook his hand and he went on.
You know what's funny?
And then I dropped the shit bag right there.
But you're acting like you're noble, that this guy had to go pick up your shit. And you'd be like, you know what? I respect that. I respect that you just picked up my dog's shit. And fucking... It's good. Depends on what you feed them. If you feed them the human food, then their shit's as healthy as our shit's.
It's fine. It's good for the grass. But listen.
Have you noticed that, by the way?
What?
Anything can take a shit on your yard, and it'll make the grass greener, except for a human being.
And I've shat on my own yard.
Okay, we got to get into this. What do you mean?
No. That's my shit bag story.
Dude, I apologize for the cough.
No problem.
Listen, man, I bought these fucking Cuban cigars. And I put them in the fucking humidor, and I had it turned up too fucking high, and it fucked up the cigars. Like I guess it's fucking acceptable. There's like fucking little bug eggs in there, and if it's up too high, they like hatch. I don't know what I have in. So I think I got a virus in me. Ugh. It's gradually. This is the most disgusting first 10 minutes.
Oh no, that's good. No, I don't want
to
discuss people. I'm not like one of these people with the who likes to talk about shit.
All right, so on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as your upstanding citizen count, 10 being the best. 1 being like, I can't wait for that motherfucker to move out of this neighborhood. Where are you?
Aside from dog stuff, I'm a good neighbor. I consider myself a good neighbor.
Dude, that's like Manson say. Aside from fucking getting people killed, I'm a good drummer.
No. Aside from my dog is harmless. The dog couldn't hurt a fly. Listen, my house got broken into. The fucking dog was sleeping. It said on the police report. It said the dog was sleeping.
Oh, you freaked me out about that. You were home, and somebody came in and just... Like the boldness of that. Just came into your house at night, took like whatever, laptop or some bullshit.
Took stuff, and my dog didn't wake up. Cops come, dog fucking bolts out there. Cops pull a pepper spray. No, don't pepper spray him.
Right.
When he had his moment to shine, to bark, attack, do something, he was sleeping.
You know, I made this reference the other day. You know what he's like? He's like that dude Bobby in Saturday Night Fever, driving around the crowd. Where were you guys? I was looking for you.
Exactly. I would have done something.
So,
Bobby.
You actually made me...
They fucking got Gus in Saturday Night Fever. Remember they beat up Gus. That's why they went back and got them.
Oh, that's right. I've only seen it a couple of times.